Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano and Bitcoin. Yeah, thanks all for joining today to this update video. Just want to have a quick brief look at the charts, and also Merry Christmas to everybody who's actually celebrating it. I understand not everybody's doing it, but still, I thought we should recognize that. Looking here on the Bitcoin chart, we are continuing to climb higher. We're holding steady above the 50k level, which actually surprises me that we are holding that stable, which is good, obviously. Setting up here for further continuation in my view. What we can see here on the Bitcoin chart, on the 4-hour chart, is that we made a higher low down here. So that was a W bottom, moved here through the neckline basically. This became then support. Did say if we can stay above that support, that would definitely speak for further climb of the price, which we're doing at the moment. And then now we are holding again in this sort of consolidation phase here. And if we go to the 1-hour chart, I think we can see that, well, you could call this a bull flag potentially. It's definitely some sort of a channel here, not channel, triangle, or just a channel really, in that we are moving potentially even this ascending triangle, but it's more a symmetrical triangle, I think, depending on from where you look, where you start to to draw your lines. And if we do it like that, it's always hard with patterns. You can draw them in different ways sometimes, but all it is currently, we can define here a resistance line which is currently at around 51.4k to the upside, and to the downside we seem to go up in an ascending way, with the support currently being at 50.9k. So if you see us dropping below that, that could indicate further price drops, possibly here all the way down to the 21-day EMA at 49.8k. So far at the moment, I would expect further upside, in line with my primary expectation that we get into the yellow target area up there. That would start at 55k all the way up to 63k, but we could even go a little bit higher than that, because this is a wave B. Wave Bs, or a wave B, based on the Elliott Wave method, these are very, very hard to trade. They are hard to predict. They can come in all shapes and sizes. They look choppy. They look corrective. They aren't that plannable as impulsive moves oftentimes are. No, they are difficult, and they can come in very complex forms and shapes. So the one that we currently see here comes in a very simple shape at the moment. We've seen this wave up A to the upside, the wave B to the downside, and a wave C to the upside again. And bear in mind, with a larger wave B that you get here, a wave B always consists of 3 subwaves, here indicated in white, the A, B, and the C to the upside now, which comes across as impulsive, which is good. And it needs to stay impulsive to really get into the yellow target area. We need to get above 52k. If we get above 52k, that's the next key resistance, the next very, very important resistance. Not just the resistance of this small bull flag there. No, it's the next main resistance point. That is the top of the wave A here. If we get above that, then we can look at prices, in my view, with a very, very high likelihood of around 58.5k, because that's like the last key resistance before we can get to that level. And the 58.5k, then 58.5, that would be here in this area where we had the previous wave 4. So key resistance level there then. But yeah, we could even go higher, and I very much like that, because then we could, or at least I'm going to take some profits here in my trading portfolio. And after that, I would expect a move to the downside then for Bitcoin into this target area. At the moment, that I showed it this morning, we are still in the moon and in the full moon phase, and the new moon phase is going to start in the beginning of January. That could then also indicate another price drop. Started to integrate these moon phases a little bit in these videos. People like to hear about them, and to be honest, they've got more. I mean, we keep tracking it. It's not really. I take it with a pinch of salt and a bit of humor. But then again, if you think about it, everything in nature is related to Fibonacci, to mathematics. Fibonacci levels, you find them everywhere. Everywhere in the world you can find Fibonacci ratios. So I guess, possibly, I haven't looked into it, but possibly also like how the moon travels around the Earth, I guess, could be related to Fibs. So why not find that back in the charts? Who knows? So Let's go to the Cardano chart. Cardano making good signs of recovery here, and I'm on the wrong chart. Good signs of recovery here in that yellow target area that I had on the charts. If I zoom in, we can take a look here at the fibs. I think they are playing out sort of at the moment. Showed you this morning these fib levels here, the 143 level as key support, which is holding at the moment. The 0.214 fib level, that is of the latest impulse here, the beginning of that wave down there at 120, all the way to the peak at 150 nearly, or 149, coming down now. So we are also here, I think, waiting for Bitcoin's move. ADA is currently following Bitcoin, which is good in the move up, even outperformed Bitcoin, I think, yesterday a little bit. And you know, we have closed above here the 21-day and above the 13-day EMAs, I think also above the 20-day simple moving average. We see here good signs, you know, we've seen a W bottom down there as well, possible reversal pattern. We see this MACD bullish crossover play out. You know, we haven't had one for, I think, for a month. And, you know, a lot of good signs, but in my view, still a bit too early for really a confirmed recovery. But these are good signs. They are still premature, really. And if it is recovery, you know, then the current prices are, it's not too late. It wouldn't be. This is still so early. If we zoom out, you know, you can see where we are actually just having a little bit of a positive sign down there, but it's still so early. If this is really playing out, and if this really might be the next bull run for Cardano, then we could expect prices of around 450 or at least 450 in the next wave to the upside, again based on Fibonacci extension levels here, the 1.618 of 440, but that would be an at least value of Cardano. Bear in mind, nothing goes up in a straight line. The thing is, though, primarily I would expect that Cardano follows Bitcoin now, and what I'm expecting personally, and this is pure speculation, but what technically would happen here if we turn around, and also based on the, what happened there? So now what happened there? Also based on the pattern within which we are and the wave count, we would now actually, if we turn around, expect a wave to the upside, a wave 3 to the upside, which is normally the most, the longest wave, not always, but normally the longest wave, and that would lead to nice new all-time highs. But primarily, I personally would expect that we are following Bitcoin. So Bitcoin moving up here into this target area, which could lead to a Cardano price maybe of 175, maybe even higher, but at least I would expect the 175 to be reached. And if we reach the 175, that would hopefully give us enough buffer. If Bitcoin then drops again down to around 20 to 29K, what I expect, that Cardano can hold above the dollar level. So I do expect still lower prices for Cardano primarily, but generally, you know, because this is a long-term game anyway, I would personally see these here currently as very attractive prices for Cardano anyway, because nobody knows for sure, right? This is probabilities, and in my view, what you see here on the Bitcoin chart is for me the highest probability. So going into this area and then a final sell-off, and for Cardano, I would say, why should it not follow that, you know? And then only after that, when we bottomed out, then again, possibly here at the dollar level, that we then turn around. It's just hard to believe that Cardano would suddenly start to outperform Bitcoin while Bitcoin is dropping to new lows, that Cardano then suddenly does new all-time highs. I don't think that is going to happen, even though if I'd love it to happen, I don't think it will. I think it will. Cardano might now outperform Bitcoin a little bit. Hopefully, it did that yesterday. Hopefully in this move up, maybe even get to the $2 level. And that could give us a cushion then to move down with Bitcoin once more, but keep above the $1 level, which is important for that bullish scenario still. And from there, then make a really good recovery all the way up to $455 earlier. I mean, probably in end of Q1 or maybe Q2 next year. So that's currently my view here on Cardano. We can have a final look at the ADA BTC chart, just to take a look at where we are, and we can see that we are breaking out of this channel, which is very healthy, which indicates that Cardano currently is outperforming Bitcoin. So we have moved out of this descending channel really significantly, and we are now finding support above that. So that's very healthy, just a good indication that it's also turning around here on the ADA BTC chart. So yeah, that's about Cardano. Quick update. Hope you liked it. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.